Okay, moving on. I guess, one of the things a lot of people wonder, you hear a lot of people talking about it now. I heard Joe Rogan talking about it on his show a few times in the past year or so. Like, a lot of people believe that the aliens themselves are not operating the ships that they're coming in, that it's probably some sort of robot or, artificial intelligence of some kind. I don't know about that. I don't know how anybody could say that. I don't know how we possibly could know. I mean, I think I think what we're dealing with here is a combination of robot and actual living sentient beings from other places. If you look back at the Pascagoula, Mississippi incident in 1973, there were beings that were seemingly robots that came floating out of a flying saucer and grabbed two guys, Calvin Parker and Charles Hickson, and they're sitting on a dock on a river fishing the Pascagoula River in the middle of the night, and all of a sudden this flying saucer just comes floating out of nowhere, and then a door, some sort of a panel opens up on the thing, and these three creatures come out, but they're not. The two guys, Parker and Hickson, later said that they seemed like they were robots. They had like pincers for hands, and they were brought into this ship and they were examined, and then just let go, and then of course there's other people who've were communicating with what seemed to be like living beings, like telepathically, but like Betty and Barney Hill, for instance, Travis Walton saw different kinds of two different types of beings. He saw the traditional short, diminutive gray kind of style being with the big heads, big eyes, and they scared the hell out of him. And then he saw what some people call Nordics, which are these tall, blonde-haired looking beings. I mean, are they working together, or is one real and one not? Who knows? But I think some of them are real. I think some of them are not. Actually, Luis Elizondo was asked about this in a recent GQ article, which I talked about yesterday. I will leave the link here for it, which I think is a great article, by the way. And he was asked, do you believe these ships may be manned? And his response was, they're intelligently controlled for sure, because they're responding and reacting to our actions. That is for certain. They're absolutely intelligently controlled by something. And then he was asked, is your opinion that they're more like drones, or do you think they've got things inside of them? I suspect they have things inside of them. Yeah, they have things inside of them, no question. Operating them. The incident that I had when I was a kid in the late 70s, when I was about 8, 9, somewhere around that age, when I woke up in the middle of the night, I don't know what that thing was. I never actually saw it. All I saw was a shadow of the hand, and I could hear the noise. It could have been, I guess, a robot, but I don't think it was. I mean, I think that was something living. It had like 3 fingers, and I don't know, whatever it was doing, I don't know. But it was very strange. But I don't know. It could have been. I guess it could have been a robot. I do not know. None of us have the answers. I think some of them may be robots. Some of them may not be, or some sort of android, maybe it's maybe some of them are like cybernetic organisms, where half blood, flesh and blood, and half robot. I mean, who knows what they've got going? It could be anything. But I do think that there's some of the living ones that are coming here, based on all the reports, and I do believe that some things are robots. They're, it would have to be. They would. I mean, we have robots. If we have robots, they have robots, and I can assure you that their robots are a lot better than whatever we got. They have to be, of course. They're way more advanced than we are to be able to come here. I mean, they got such an advantage on us. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the answer to that question is, but you know, I think so. Like the true overall answer, I just think it's a mixture. I think it's a mixture. I think you're going to have full actual alien beings. You're going to have robots. I believe those things in the Pascagoula incident must have been robots the way they were described. And then you might have some cybernetic kind of organisms. Who knows? It's something to think about, and something hopefully we'll find out at some point here in the future, in the not too distant future. It would be nice, and maybe somebody within our government has some answers to that effect that at some point could let us all know the truth.